Welcome to channel 11. Today I am going to explain how to generate the SSR report using stored procedure. So for that, first I need to create the SP. So this is my SP. If you observe this, it is going to taking three input parameters. So based on this input parameters, data will get filtered and returned to the values. So suppose if user don't pass anything, it will return complete data from these two tables. So for the verification purpose, first I will execute without any parameters here. So let me create this park. So stored procedure will get got created. So I don't get any. I didn't pass any values to this parameters to this SP. It will it will return all the values. So let me pass name parameter only. So it will get filtered with a name based on the name. So at present there is only one value for this name. That's why I have got the only one row. So stored procedure is created and I have verified it's working as expected. Now I will move to that Visual Studio. Here I am going to create the uh, new report. So from that new report I will execute this SP and SP and I will generate the report. Let me go to Visual Studio. So there is at present, so let me remove this one also. I will start from the beginning. So at present there is a three folders here: shared data source, shared data set and reports. So as name suggests, only reports. So if you want to create any reports, so we will create under the reports folder. So suppose if you want to create any data source like connection strings, so those things will get created under the data source. So I need to create one data source for this SP. So for that I will go here, add new data source. So I will give some friendly name, connection demo connection. So I will give demo friendly name and I will give proper the SQL server here. These are my SQL server name. This is my data source. So my data source object got created. So let me verify whether this connection whether it is connecting or not. So it's got succeeded means my connection strings are fine now. So at present I am not required any shared data sets here. So I don't create any data sets. So let me go and create the new report here. So new item. So report demo report. My report has got created with empty. So if you see preview, so it doesn't have anything, so it won't display any report here. Let me go to the design. So now I need to start. Now I will start creating. Hi friends, now so my SP is ready. So I will start with creating the Ssrs report. So I have created a rename to my data source to democon. It is connecting to my MySQL server. This is the database name, the space containing. So I will remove the existing one. I will start freshly. I have here. I have. I'll go for here and new item. In report folder, I'll click right click and I'm adding new report. I am naming to demo report. So it is right now. It is empty. If you preview that, you don't get anything. So here they are. So if you in report data section, we have few folders: data sets, data source, and images and parameters. All are empty. So for this report, I am creating one data source. So I am using existing one which I have created in shared folder. This is my demo con, and I am using got some demo ts. So now I'm create one data set. So this is the data set I'm going to use in my report columns as well as data to generate the report. So first I need to create one data set. For this I will give ds summary, friendly name. So I need to select embedded dataset method in my data report. So I don't create any shared dataset. That's why I have chosen the second option. This is the data source for this report which I have created now. So here we have different option here to query database. We have the text and stored procedure. If you choose stored procedures, you need to select the proper data, the procedure names. So this is the procedure I am using. Fields. If you go for fields, so this is the select. If you observe in SP, these are the fields I am returning from the SP. So it's automatic fetch from that stored procedure displaying here. If you want, you can update this one. For a display purpose, if you want to add gadgets number, I can give like this, and the category number for friendly name, and price price amount I can give amount. So description more means so if you want any if you want to change the name, suppose in report we want to display gadget ID like category number, so I can give like this. So this is the field name, this is the source name. The source name is which means select means database is giving, SP is giving, so we should not change this one. We can change this the field name. So the data set got created, so with these fields. So as I mentioned here, in field name I have changed to with friendly name. So that is why if you observe here in datasets, um, the field name got changed with friendly name. So now my data sets are ready. um, so so to design the design the reports, we have different ways. So I will use basic. So first we need to create one table. This is the table, this is a header, this is the data. So either you can drag and drop like this, or you can select from here. Category name, date created. So further if you want to add any more, we can add right like this. Adjust number, adjust name, description, amount. So I am saying this is my report will look like. So if you want to format your report, suppose let's take you want some color for the heading. We have the background color here. We can give yellow, whichever you want. At present I am give the blue. It is common everywhere. Light blue. Suppose if you want to data column, if you want to display, select the row and press F5. You can give your desired data for that. So these are the columns. So this is so like this you can format your table. And in further videos I'm going to explain that some more means about the expressions. So and this let me run and verify this. So if you observe this, our stored procedure is expecting 3 parameters. So let me check that whether those is as created as per expected or not. These are the parameters which get automatically created based on our SP. So based on this it get automatically created. So let me see how it get created. If anything we can change. For the begin date, so if you want to create any parameter, there is a right click and add parameter, and here you can need to give a parameter name, parameter proper value as per the this is the name, this is the parameter value which you need to pass in SP. So this is the prompt. Here you can provide your data type based on the your requirement. Suppose we want to pass date, we have the different types of data types, so text and boolean. So you can select here, and if you want to, so by default if you want to blank value, you can select here blank and yellow value or something. And available value, if you want to specify available value, you can specify as well as default things. So let me verify our thing. So here, so it doesn't mention anything about by default which value you need to pass. So as per our SP, we should pass by default null value. So that's the reason I select null, and I will come to these two after that. So is it should so by default it is null, so I check this null value. Let me check with the end date also. I think it should require to select this one. I did that. Same like for name also. Let me save and run our SP. So if you see here, the our reports got generated with default value. So if you want to format description, see if description is not coming properly, so you can go for design, description, like this. Also was description required some help here, so I am doing this one. Let me save. Let me see whether the so see if you see the description field got increased. So one small change. So in expression we need to for concatenate we need to give and symbol other than plus. So if you see this one in preview, see dollar symbol get added. So by using expression you can add this kind of logics. So you can add two or more, so these two columns you can add whatever you want using expressions. We can able to achieve that. And in dataset parameters means parameters, I would like to display my default value. So for that I have created one data set. So this data set is going to return the get date from the SQL. So and this is the field from this data set, default date. So I created one default date data set. This data set I will use for these two parameters for the default date. If you open this parameter, so this parameter is the date and time. So I have set the yellow null. Suppose if I don't want to pass any value for this date, so I can pass a null to the SP. So that's why I check this option yellow null. If you see a default value, this is the default value. So I need to select the get values from this query. If I select, so I need to select the data set. So this is the data set I have created for the default value for this date. This is the value field. The same thing I did for end date also. Default value for the data set and data value. So so sometimes you may face some issues from the date whenever you create the date. So you need to sometimes Ssrs will give you some error. The format, the date format should be matched with from the SQL as well as your computer's date format. Otherwise you are going to get SSS will give provide means throw some error. You need to cautious about that. So my SSRS report got ready. Let me go and preview this one. So this is the default time setting. So that's why it's got populated from this data set, these two fields. So at the present with these values, so there is no any data in database. That's why there's no rows has been written. Let me make it null and let's see the report. So at present I'm going to pass all null values to my SP. That is the reason I'm going to get the complete data from the database. Let me uncheck this one and let pass this text 7. Let's see how many text 7 we have. So at present we are only having the one category name contain the text 7. That's why we are going to return only one row. Suppose let's take, I'm going to pass this state to um, SPs, and let's see how many records is going to return. For that I'm going to, so since these are the dummy data, so we just need to concentrating how to pass, how to execute this parameters. So at present the SP has written like that. I'm going to get the values between these two dates. So say 7, let's take 7. So between these two dates, if I have any value, it is going to be written from the SP. So at present we are between these two dates we are having only one replica. Let's take uncheck this name and execute the SP. So between these two dates, we observe we are going to have this many values. Let's uncheck let's pass null values. Let's take some some something else, test. I don't think so test is available under the category name, so it should not return any rows. So see, there is no value available for the name in the database. That's why I don't get any rows. I hope you enjoy this video, and I hope you get some information how to create the, means how to execute, how to create the report using stored procedure with input parameters. Thank you very much and have a great day.